In the following lesson, we introduce pivot tables, a very powerful data summarization tool. We get an understanding of what a pivot table is and begin to construct one in Excel.
Use of pivot tables in Excel. So what are pivot tables? It is a data summarization tool which makes summarization and reporting of data flexible and easy. You can view data summaries in different formats, sliced and diced as per your requirements. Pivot tables are easy to create and use, and they are also dynamic. That is, as the data changes in your data file, the summary in the pivot tables automatically get updated. We will illustrate the use of pivot tables using examples. So let's open our Excel file. We'll open the Summer Olympic Medals 1976 to 2008 file. This is a file that we created in an earlier lesson. This file contains all the Summer Olympic medals and their winners from 1976 Montreal Olympics to 2008 Beijing Olympics. This is a big file. It has in excess of 15,000 rows. So given this big file, we'll use pivot tables to draw some useful summaries from this data. For example, one useful and simple summary could be if I wish to find out how many medals, bronze, silver, gold medals, have these countries, each of these countries, won across these years. So in this summary, my vertical axis would be the country and horizontal axis would be the bronze, silver and gold medals won by that country. We'll now use pivot tables to create such a summary. We begin by inserting a pivot table template. We go to Insert, Pivot Table, insert a pivot table. So Excel will ask you where is the data for which you wish to create a pivot table. So I'll select my data. My data is in cell A1 through all the way down, cell A1 through cell K15317. That's my data. Then Excel asks you choose where you want the pivot table report to be placed. Let me place it in a new worksheet so that my data summary is in a separate worksheet. You can also, if you wish, create the data summary in the same existing worksheet that you're working on. I do an OK. So Excel creates an additional worksheet here, and I can rename this worksheet if I want. I'll do a right click, rename, pivot table. I'm calling it pivot table. So this worksheet has been renamed as pivot table. And in this area, Excel has produced a template for a pivot table. And if you notice on the right hand side, these are the fields, the various columns that are there in my data file. And if I click anywhere on my spreadsheet other than the pivot table, those fields or those column listings go away. If I click on the pivot table, those fields reappear. And at the bottom area, I have certain tools that will allow me to organize my pivot table. Since I wish to create a data summary of various countries and the number of medals received by those countries across these Olympics, what I'll do is on my vertical axis, I'll put the name of the country, and on my horizontal axis, I'll put the medals, the bronze, silver, gold medal. I do this by clicking on the country field and dragging it all the way where it says row labels. So I have my countries organized in these rows on my vertical axis, all the way from Afghanistan to Zimbabwe. On my horizontal axis, I wish to put the medals, the bronze, silver, gold medals. So I'll grab the medal field and drag it to where it says column labels. So now I have these medals, bronze, gold, silver on my horizontal axis. So this creates the template for my data summary table. Next, what I wish to put inside this table is the number of medals won by these countries. So to do that, I again grab my medal field or the medal row and drag it to where it says values. So what Excel has done is it has put the total number of medals in this table, broken across bronze, gold, silver medals. For example, Canada has won a total of 304 medals over this period of time, broken up into bronze, gold, silver as per the numbers given there. One thing to keep in mind is that if there is a team sport and that team sport consists of, let's say, 11 members, 10 members and so on, and if a country wants a medal in that team sport, then all the individual members of the team are listed as medal winners in this file. So that completes our basic pivot table, and in a subsequent lesson we'll continue with our study of pivot tables.